Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy Hikins and Trevor.
Because of the factors on one hand, because of the factors, but then on the other hand, if you do decide to act on your free will when you're not supposed to, there are consequences to that action. Say, for instance, if you decide to, stick your hand in a socket where there's electricity flowing, you could get electrocuted or harmed in some form. Now, if you decide to cut yourself, you will bleed. So there are things that restrict that free will, and if you decide to obviously do something that encroaches on somebody else's rights, then you could have your own rights restricted. So that's why I'm saying there is there is truths to both sides of the argument. But having said that, generally, do we have free will? And the answer is, for me, in my opinion, is yes, we do have free will.
Okay.
We do have free will. We have free will to do what we want or live how we want to. However, there are factors. Say, for instance, if you wanted to live in a nice area, for instance, where you're closer to the beach, where you can, have access to waterfront, for instance, then you've got to be prepared to work hard for it. You can't just go to someone living there and say, yo, do you mind moving so I can move in? That sort of thing. That doesn't work. So yeah, so there is free will. There is free will. But
even if it was something you're telling me you've got free will to do pretty much anything you might choose to do that is practical and possible.
Yeah.
So are you saying that even if it's something that you wouldn't do in a million years, for example, go and mug someone?
Yeah.
Are you saying you've got the free will to do it? Now, it's theoretical, isn't it? Because you may say, well, I have. But the argument I'm making is if that choice is something that we as individuals would never, ever do, could never contemplate doing, surely there's not a choice there. And if there's not a choice there, because we'd never do it, no matter what the provocation, then we don't really have the free will to make that choice. That's kind of the point I'm making. Another thing it brings up here, I think, which makes it a bit more interesting, we could say a majority of humans, a majority of people could never commit some of the awful things we sometimes hear about in the news, whether it's a murder or harming a child. We could never do those things.
No.
And yet, the counterbalance to that is, but quite clearly, there are individuals who would and do those awful things. So
we're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.